guys, and welcome back to what we are affectionately dubbing our week. Excuse the lighting, basically I'm filming a bit later than I usually would and I've had to draw the curtains because the sun was like shining and there was like a big bar across my face, so you wouldn't have been able to see me. Hopefully you'll still be able to see what I'm going to do today, and that's going to be an hour related makeup look, mainly like a face paint type thing. So I'm just going to cut to the chase and crack on with it. So I've got my foundation, just a light cover foundation all over to start with, and I have got a little prompt here on my phone of a couple of images that I'd like to imitate, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start. So I have the large Snazzaroo palette here, but unfortunately I don't really have a brush, so we're gonna try and make do without and see what happens. So I'm just dipping in some of the white face paint and I'm just going to lighten up all around here. Now luckily, because it's like an owl, it's like feathery, so this doesn't actually have to be that neat. Okay, what I am going to use is I'm probably going to use my Real Techniques detail brush just to sort of go in and neaten everything else up and set everything in place. Okay, now that's done, I'm going to take a bronzer that I've got and I'm just going to sort of brown the outside lightly. And down my nose as well. Now I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush, I'm going to dab it into the brown face paint I've got. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of incorporate my own eyebrows into like the sort of featheriness of the owl, if that makes sense. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to sort of feather around here, feather off, and the same on the other side. What's good about this is that because it's like feathers and stuff, you can do like really brisk brush strokes and like not worry about it being really neat, which is quite cool. So I'm going to take these again and I'm going to go around the edge of my face. It's quite hard to actually like talk and do this. I didn't realise I was just sitting there like completely silent then, so I'm gonna just sort of bring these up a bit. Like I said in the first owl haul video, this is going to be one of the last videos I actually do in this house because I'm moving out. So I will be moving back home. I'm not sure where yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be living in with my parents or not, or what exactly. I'm going back in with the white, by the way, because I sort of brushed it all out almost. So I don't really know where I'm going to be able to film. My house at home was never very big and I have younger siblings, so I'm never going to get peace and quiet to film around them, I don't think, but we'll see. I mean, hopefully I will have my own place again soon where I can sort of crack on and get on with the bits and pieces that I really want to do. So I'm gonna just sort of fleck a few bits of white in across here as well and make like a speckled effect on my forehead. And I'm going to go back in with the white down here as well and just deepen that up a bit down here. So yeah, like I said, I don't really know where I'm going to be or what my background is going to be like, but I know for a fact that I'm going to have great joy in creating a YouTube sort of backdrop. Like I'm thinking fairy lights, I'm thinking lots of plants, I'm thinking I'm just going to have great fun reorganising it and rearranging it for every video I possibly film. But I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit making videos just because I don't have anywhere like permanent at the moment. This is something I'm not going to miss from Reading, and that's literally the room shaking from all the helicopters. So again, I'm going in with this white and just sort of flecking it through. It gives like a speckled effect all the way around. I might just go in with this one, go in with the brown again, and deepen some of those ones up though. Okay, so this is like the basis, this is like the base. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some eyeshadows, and I'm just going to deepen everything up with an eyeshadow, but make it like, because I've got more eyeshadows than I do face paint, it'll put some more sort of depth and colour into everything. And so in my big palette that I use in pretty much every video, I've got like 4 or 5 different browns, and I'm just mixing a few together and throwing them in with a slightly angled brush. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this angled brush again, and I am going to go down my nose, quite harshly down my nose. Like a lot thinner than I actually normally would go. And then I'm just gonna disguise the side of my nose with some more browns, some more fluffing. And I'm going to go in with some black as well and really deepen up some of these. So, getting off the subject of the fact that I'm basically going to be homeless, what is everyone's like favourite owl? Like if you're watching this, you must have like an owl obsession, or at least some sort of curiosity to do with owls. Like what's your favourite? And why? Like, have you seen it in like a zoo and then just fallen in love with it, or was it like a documentary or a film, or what? Like, I think they're fantastic. I think they're just really cute little creatures, but like super deadly to something if you're the wrong size. Like, I'm sure I wouldn't like them if I was a mouse, that's for sure. Right, so I'm just gonna sort of follow some of my lines that I've already made and like flick them up a bit. And I'm gonna come down the nose part again with this black colour and really deepen this out. So what I'm also going to do is I am going to cover my lid in concealer and just blend that out just to give my lid like a sticky base. And then I'm going to go in with my white eyeshadow that I've got in this palette, and I'm going to pack that on. because I don't know about anybody else, but I actually hate putting face paint on my eyelids. It never sits how you want it to sit, and it always takes forever to get out, and it's just a bit of a pain really, and I don't really fancy it today because I'm actually going out tonight. So I'm gonna go out with a few friends tonight as like a last hoorah in Reading, and I can't wait, and it's gonna be really good fun. And I'm already quite kerfuffled and stressed about it because I passed my driving test the other day and I had to send my licence off, so I had to panic and try and find my passport, which wasn't fun. So I'm going to move that out of the way again, bring back the face paint because the face paint is nice and deep. I'm going to use some of the brown. I'm going to use some of the brown to just bring this down a bit because I feel like it's very much around my face, and not... Sorry, it's very much around my eyes and not my face. So I'm just going to bring some of this down so it makes like a full face look. And then where I've moved most of the stuff off the brush, I'm just going to do some like flicks up here to make some sort of lighter brown patterning. So almost like a little speckled look. And I'm going to use that and just bring that down and rub that down here, down across my nose, so it all blends in together. And I'm going to take the white again from the face paint, and I'm just going to bring the sides of the nose in a bit. Down here. And I am going to just put a little bit under here as well because this isn't as light as I'd like it to be. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black eyeshadow that I've got and I'm going to just pack it on. It's a really nice dense eyeshadow and it's going to make a nice smoky eye sort of effect. My brush is a bit wet, so it's sort of a bit sticking on. I've gone quiet again, I'm sorry. So after tonight, it's going to be one of my final nights. Hopefully my parents will be picking me up at the weekend. Today is now like Tuesday, I think. I reckon it's Tuesday. So with my parents coming to pick me up at the weekend, this is like my last week here. I'm just bringing these down to make like that like slanted eye look that most birds have. So this being my last week here, I'm trying to like do all the things that I'm gonna miss doing when I'm not in Reading anymore. So I've been like taking walks around the White Lights Lake, and I am gonna go to Sprinkles, which is an ice cream parlour, with one of my friends and really make the most of that, because that's not something that's really around back at home. Like we don't really have like ice cream parlours back at home, which seems weird because I live near Brighton, which is a seaside town, so you'd think there'd be lots of places you can get ice cream, but I don't think there's as many as there are in Reading. So I'm just taking this again around and making like this big, deep, smoky eye effect. And on the other side. So if you go wrong with this, just blend it out and it sort of ends up looking like feathers. So the last thing we really need to do to make this like a full look is to go in and give the beak. Now I've got quite a weird shaped nose, so this is going to be interesting to say the least. Okay, so this is the final look. This took me about 20 minutes in total to do, and obviously you can do more or less depending on what your face looks like or whatnot. I know that if I had some, I would put some really big wispy eyelashes on and really make the eyes sort of pop. And you can do this for like lots of different types of owl as well. Like you can do different feathers, different sort of patterns, like you don't have to do the speckly bit up here. I did some pretty intense looking white eyebrows, and obviously depending on how your nose shape is, like you'd angle the little beak better. But this is the final look. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it. I actually didn't realise how difficult it was to try and do some sort of makeup thing and talk to you at the same time, but how did I do? That's all I can ask. How did I do? If you like this look, then please give this video a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more videos from me, then please hit subscribe. I will be doing 2 more videos after this to complete our week, and if you want to see the 2 previous videos, I will leave those in the description down below. I hope you're all well, I hope you have wonderful plans for the summer, and I shall see you tomorrow for my next video. Bye!